Hey everybody! This is a tag video. It's actually a tag response to Michael Buckley's series of tag videos that he's doing. So it's not a weight loss video. Hey to my weight loss homies out there. Woo woo! Yeah, so I thought this would be fun. He's done 3 now, and I didn't do the other 2, but I wanted to do this third one, so I'm going for it. And basically, it's a series of 10 questions. I say what they are, and then I answer them, and you find out more about me, and maybe I'll find out more about you. Sound good? I will leave a link to this Michael Buckley's tag video if you want to see what his answers were. And these are mine. So the number 1 question is, what is your favorite kind of pizza? Such a hard decision, but I have to say that my go-to would be the Canadian. And the Canadian is pepperoni, mushroom, bacon. Yum! Haven't had that in a while. And I'm also starting to like Hawaiian. I don't know, I never used to, but now I do. Who is the most famous person you've met? Well, I don't mean to brag here. I'm kidding. I've met a few famous people, but I think the top one, I'll tell you 2 top ones, and I'll actually show you them too. I met Tony Bennett, and I met Weird Al Yankovic. Not on the same night, but I'm going to just show you them. Can I show you? Can I brag a little bit? I'm going to for a sec. It's my tag video. So can I see this here? Let me check here. Yeah. So there is Tony Bennett and I back in the day. Actually, this was just about 3 or 4 years ago. And then here is a picture of me with Weird Al Yankovic. Good concert. Great concert. Seen him 3 times. Anyway, sidetracking. Back to the tags. Okay, now that was, what is it, number 3. Okay, what would be your last meal? Pizza! I know, it's so simple, but I tell you, I have a love for this food. It is my weakness. But I'm being good. I swear to you, my weight loss people, I promise you, I have not had my pizza, my favorite pizza. Oh no, now I'm getting into a lie. I've had some pizza, but it's been healthier and homemade. Okay, off the sidetrack. I sidetrack a lot. Sorry. This is unedited. I'm not going to edit it. Just straight upload. Okay, 4. Have you broken something and blamed someone else? Not that I can think of. The only thing that comes to mind was when I was living with a roommate and she was very anal retentive, controlling. I didn't like her. She was a bitch. Okay? That's it. Plain and simple. Anyways, I had used her frying pan like I had done so many times before, but this one time I cooked something on it. I can't even remember what it was, but I could not get whatever I cooked off of the pan. So I got one of those silvery scrubbing pads, and as I was doing the dishes, I was scrubbing, and I scrubbed the Teflon right off of the pan. At the time, we had 2 other people staying with us, and from those 2 people, my roommate didn't get along with one of them, so she just automatically assumed that it was that person that ruined her pan, and I let her believe it. I haven't told her to this day, and I don't think I ever will, unless she sees this video, which I doubt, but, confessions, it's off my chest. Number 5. If you could be any character in any Broadway show, who would you be? I would be, how do you say his name? Tevye? Yeah, Tevye. I think that's how you say it. Tevye from the Broadway musical, Fiddler on the Roof. Oh, I just love it. If I were a rich man. Oh, hang on, I got a hat for this. If I were a rich man, da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Oh, I just love it. Actually, I saw that Broadway musical in New York City about 6 years ago, and I didn't actually know the whole story until I saw it on Broadway. Of course, I didn't really know much about it, but my mom was with me and she said, that's something we should see. And I was like, sure, what the heck, let's do it, let's go for it. And I was surprised that I recognized a lot of the songs, but it was a great evening. And Michael, if you're watching this, you probably even saw that musical. It was the one starring Harvey Fierstein or Feinstein. Oh, I can't pronounce his last name. But it was him, and Rosie O'Donnell was playing his wife, or at least she was the night I saw it. Anyways, that's who I would play. I just loved that. I loved it. Number 6. What was your best subject in high school? Lunch? I don't know. I didn't really have a best subject. I didn't have a best subject. I didn't have a worst subject. You know, I showed up, I did my thing, I graduated. You know, but I'd say one of the classes that I loved to go to was my broadcasting class. We got to play with video cameras and chroma key and that kind of thing, and just kind of fiddle around with it a little bit. And I really enjoyed that. I remember I'd always go to bed super early because I was so excited to get up the next morning and go to this class. So that's my answer for number 6. Number 7, describe your worst job ever. Okay, the worst job I ever had was working at a bank. I was a bank teller. Excuse me, I burped. Now, being a bank teller, not such a bad job. It was actually good. But the thing that made it the worst job ever was the people that I worked with. The company as a whole, fantastic. Like, we're talking huge company. But my branch, not the best. They weren't very friendly. They were not team-oriented, although it was something the company promoted. I absolutely hated going to work. Hated it so much. You have no idea. Maybe you've had a job like that, where you try to think up any excuse you can to get out of it. Kind of hate. So, needless to say, I quit. And I'm much happier now. Number 8, how many computers do you have? I have 2. I have my desktop. It's old, but I love it. It works. It's great. And I have a baby laptop or a mini laptop or whatever the heck they're called. You know, they're just those little tiny ones. I think I've explained that with mini and baby. Yeah, I bought it secondhand. I just thought they were really neat. And it's something I'd like to take when I go traveling because it's good. Although I do pre-plan for some of my travels. You know, maybe you end up somewhere like Chicago, for example, and you're like, oh, I heard about this restaurant. Let's find out where it is and how to get there. I'll just go on the internet, little computer, and do that. Not that I needed to explain. Oh, but this is my first tag video, so I'm rambling. Anyways, next, number 9, describe your first driving experience. Okay, I have a few memories. My dad was really pushing me to get my driver's license when I was 16, but I too was not really into the driving thing. I didn't care. I wasn't like every other teenager around me like, oh yeah, license, party, blah, 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 blah. License, drive. Okay, you get my point. So I never actually got my license till I was 24 years old because at that point I was like, Jolene, come on. Really? It's just silly. You should have it. So, but my first driving experience, I was 16 years old. My dad took me out to the cemetery parking lot. It was late at night. He took me out to the cemetery parking lot. I did figure eights around 2 poles that had lights. I don't know what the actual name is. I can't think of it right now. They had lights on it. It was dark out. Did figure eights around there. Then he said I could drive home. So I drove home as safely and as cautiously as I could. We ended up on a busy road because I was trusting my dad and he said, turn here. I turned there and it was busy. To me, for a person, an inexperienced driver, first time, a road with like 4 cars is busy. Anyways, got over that hump by the time, and then I turned the corner to go home because you turn a corner and then you go down a long hill to come home. as I